a dollar and a dream. All I had was my city and my team. Never had no money and no green, yeah. Still I'm getting there, still I'm getting there. Y'all these hoes, you can't turn into no queen. You want that clout plus to be up on the scene, yeah. You're too sweet with some sauce up on the screen, yeah. Now you getting there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the fan club. It's your boy D-Bros, Dan Brosnan, in the building. It's actually been a minute since I've done a real breakdown show. So welcome back, guys. I'm excited you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful night, whatever you're doing. I hope it is wonderful. Genuinely, we love to push peace and happiness on this show, and we love it. And we're super positive today because this weekend we saw an awesome movie, Sonic the Hedgehog. We were going to give you a review right away, but we wanted to wait a few days to see what the numbers were so we could kind of brag about this movie. So it did about 68 million worldwide, which is awesome. In its first weekend out, it beat Detective Pikachu for the first weekend money. It's on pace to beat Detective Pikachu overall, meaning that this is the best video game movie of all time. And I know it doesn't say too much because obviously video game movies have got a bad rap for a long time, part because of not getting the right people on them and finding people that actually care about these stories. The other part is budget. Some of these other movies back in the day were going on a very cheap budget, hence the Mario movie back in like 93 that we don't talk about because it was just god-awful. But let's get into it. Sonic the Hedgehog, this movie, it was very good. Do I think it's going to win some awards? No, but for what this movie is, it's exactly what we want it to be as Sonic the Hedgehog fans. You guys see I've got old game systems, game cabinets. I am a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. It's one of the first games I ever played as a kid on the Sega Genesis. Absolutely loved it. You know, Sega was like Mario. You know, it was a nostalgic character and just a huge IP for Sega at the time. And it really kind of carried the console even to its dark days. People were still buying Sonic games because people are still buying Sonic games now, and half the games they make aren't even that good. Like Sonic Mania is like a remake of the first game, and I don't think it's that good, but man, did that baby sell. People love that stuff. Nostalgia sells, okay? If you guys watched or played the game, then you will know the kind of character we're expecting from Sonic. We're expecting this edgy, quirky character that kind of does the right thing, but has a little attitude, little mouth on him, and that's what we got, guys. Sonic as a character was awesome. I love the beginning. It starts off with a little backstory of Sonic and this cool little bird that was like his mentor, and she ends up sacrificing herself so Sonic can get away and go to Earth. And she said, hey, next time you're in trouble or need to leave, you use these rings. They'll take you somewhere else because you're Sonic. You're so fast, someone is always going to be after you. They're going to want your powers. They're going to want what you are. So he moves to Earth, and he's all kind of by himself, and he's reading comics and hanging out in this cave, and he kind of has this weird personality thing going on where, like, he watches everybody in the town. Green Hills, I think it's called, Montana, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Green Hills, Montana, this small little town. And he kind of knows everyone's like schedule and knows what everyone's doing. And in his brain, like, he's part of the town, but he's really not because no one knows who he is. And he's playing baseball and kind of acting like, you know, he's doing it, and he kills it, and he tries to put up a high five, and he realizes he's all alone. And he gets kind of mad, and he starts speeding around the bases so fast, he makes a giant power outage happen, like a power surge, like felt all over like the part of that region, not just the town, like a part of like America was outpowered because of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, something like that happens. The government's like, oh no, what happened? Is it an EMT? Like, what is it, a bomb? Like, what's going on? And they didn't know what it was. And the military guy's like, we got one guy that we know can figure out what it is. He's super smart, but he's crazy. And everyone in the room, in the boardroom's like, no, do not say Dr. Robotnik. And they did. They bring this crazy fool in. And Jim Carrey did a great job with Dr. Robotnik. It was weird. It was awesome, though. He was hilarious. It was funny. He did a very good job. I liked it. I liked what he did with the character. He tried to keep him, the actual character from the comics, with a little bit of a Jim Carrey twist, and I loved it. So they bring him in, and he is just mean and nasty and insulting everybody, but part funny at the same time, which that's why they got Jim Carrey. They got a guy that could be this weird guy and still be evil, but kind of funny at the same time. It was cool. I really appreciated it from Jim. It was good. I liked the role that he played as the villain. And you could see this villain coming back, too. We'll talk about that in a minute. So let's get back into the storyline. Dr. Robotnik comes, and he starts checking on the town of Green Hills. And he looks over at the reports of, what did they call it? The energy, Sonic's energy, and they see that it was tracked to this person's house, who's the cop. Long story short, right after the energy thing, Sonic's about to leave, and he's about to go to his little mushroom land through the rings and get out of Earth because he realized, oh man, like, I gave my location up, now they're going to get me, you know? And as soon as he's about to jump, the cop shoots him with the tranq gun, and Sonic falls to the ground, and all the rings land in like LA, like really weird, but like it opens up in LA and the rings fall. He wakes back up and he realizes, bro, you shot me, I'm trying to leave this planet, and now my rings are all the way somewhere else. So, long story short, the guy comes, he convinces the cop to help him, and he's like, I just need somebody to help me. It's life or death. And so the cop, he wants to be a San Francisco police officer because he's tired of being this little Montana cop that doesn't do anything. It doesn't fight real crime. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh, this is perfect. Dr. Robotnik comes in acting like a jackass, and long story short, the cop one punches him out. They leave. They go basically on this road trip, and at first, the cop doesn't like Sonic, and they're kind of bumping heads, and then through time, they start to get along. It was actually super fun. We can get into it more. It was a very good story in the sense of I liked how they built it up. There wasn't huge character development in this movie, but it was not bad. I do wish that we got some Tails and Knuckle action early, but let's talk about the end credit scenes in just a second. We'll kind of wrap up. So, long story short, Sonic takes out Dr. Robotnik. It's awesome. There's this scene where like Sonic's running through the town and Dr. Robotnik's on his little speed plane thing, and it's super cool looking. I loved it. They end up taking out Dr. Robotnik, and it was super cool. It led to they basically transported Dr. Robotnik to the Mushroom Planet, and there's an end credit scene where it shows him trying to get back, and then there's another end credit scene where Tails is actually coming to Earth, and all you kind of see is like he gets transported there, and he's like, okay, and he's got his little tracker in his hand. He's like, okay, I'm tracking you, Sonic. Here I come. I hope I'm not too late. And then you see his little tail fly, and then some like orange blaze, like, you know, the orange zoom, like zoom, zoom, zoom. And it was super cool. And everyone in the theater went crazy when they saw Tails. It was awesome. So it looks like we're going to get a sequel. You know, like this, you can really tell on a movie right away, if it's going to get a sequel, all movies do put these end credit scenes, even if they don't do that good or they're not that good, because they always try to build it up, Especially if you don't think the movie's going to do well and it does really well, and now you get a sequel and you didn't get that opportunity to add something, So I appreciated it, and I love that we got 2 little end credit scenes. Great job. Great job, Paramount. Paramount is coming back. They have some good movies coming out. They have a good team working on these things. For a while, Paramount was kind of down and out in their movies. And then The Quiet Place a few years ago brought back, some hype. And then they just started pushing out stuff. Transformers, Bumblebee was very good. Dora the Explorer, I thought it was going to be trash, and it was actually okay. It was not as thought. Their Paramount is trying, and they're trying to push all these IPs, and I get it. I liked it. Great job, Sonic. Great job, Paramount. Great job, Sega. One thing that I did love is I loved the soundtrack. I loved the 80s, 90s vibes in it, the coins, the Sonic music, the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. They had that in there. It was awesome. One more thing I did love about this movie was I loved the song at the end with Wiz Khalifa, Lil Yachty, Ty Dolla $ign. That was super cool. It's called Speeding Up if you guys haven't heard of it. And Wiz Khalifa's part kind of breaks down the movie. And I just thought it was cool. Sometimes you get these songs that have nothing to do with it. And this was super cool. It had 80s, 90s vibes. Super cool beat. Go check it out. It sounded like they were kind of rapping over a Sega beat, kind of. Very cool. What do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you go check out our Facebook, our YouTube, our Instagram. Check us out on Patreon. Cop a shirt. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching the Fan Club. Peace.